Tell you something you need to know. Nothing I can say on the phone. I'll tell you something, we have to sit close. You're the one that I miss the most. I've heard that you're happy and maybe it's selfish of me to want you back this time. I know we decided it's better if we both were free, but it kills me now. We said our last goodbye, won't you stay tonight, even just for a moment? Perfect light, pretend we're fine, even just for a moment. Throw it over, we're so not
So your word is like a blessing. When I found your oasis, I just wanted to dive in. I wanna see ripples taking shape. I wanna see ripples turn to waves. And I wanna be with you. So what do you say? Let's turn these ripples into waves.
Good evening and welcome to another Jus Saiyan cast. As always, it's your boy Ark, and alongside me is my co-caster Aris. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. You?
Yes, I'm good. I'm ready to roll with a long night of CS with 2 matches tonight.
Yes, we do. First ever, 2 matches in a row. Big step up.
Big step up. We'll see if we can stay awake. No, obviously kidding. But looking forward to tonight. Obviously, we've got AGN and CountX coming up first, and that's going to be on Train, followed by Miscreant versus the C9 Summer 2015 boys. Hello, sexy to you too, cool guy.
What's going on?
Thanks for stopping by, mate. We're going to crack onto this soon, so we'll just going to get into the server to make sure it hasn't already started before we start talking too much. But either way, I mean, obviously AGN, they've been together for quite a while now. I think they've replaced maybe 1 or 2 players over the time, but they've been quite successful. Obviously, placing deep in the first season of Face It Open. I think they're in. If I can just. No, they didn't make it into that. Never mind. Ignore me on that. But either way, and then obviously over on the CountX side, players like District, MacGyver, Miss X, Thananator, if he actually plays tonight, they're obviously all quite... Thanatar, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Obviously all quite strong players. So I think we're in for a good game.
It should be one hell of a slobber knocker.
Slobber knocker. Is that what you're replacing clapping cheeks with, mate? Slobber knocker.
I think I can interchange the two.
That works. So we'll just crack straight on into who you think's going to win the first match. AGN, CountX. Have you got a scoreline? Have you got a prediction in terms of who's going to win? What are your thoughts?
I'm not too familiar with this particular lineup on CountX. Obviously, if they are in the server tonight, Thanatar, I've known him previously, and he's been a pretty consistent player. MacGyver, I've played against him a few times. He's a bit of a sharpie. I think I've played against District. I can't remember too much, so I'm a bit vague on both of these teams. But just looking at it, I kind of feel like CountX might have this.
Okay.
Maybe not by much, but just looking at the firepower they have, they might have it. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with either of these lineups, so it could go either way. We don't know.
Yep.
But it should be exciting to see these guys play.
Definitely. I think for me, I'm probably going to go on the side of AGN, purely off the back of how long they've been a roster for. I think they're probably going to have a lot of well-kept sort of protocols across their map pool. So I think that even though CountX have got some quite sharp players, and obviously they've got, I can imagine that MacGyver might be their AGL. I know he's been doing that on previous lineups that he's been in. But I kind of expect that AGN will just have an overall sort of better teamwork structure. And on maps like that, on maps like Train, that really sort of is important to make sure that you have your crossfires set. You know who's watching what, because there's just so many opportunities for the T's to ultimately push their ways into these sites, particularly on that CT side.
You might be right there. the team setups might actually make a huge difference in this game. It can be a bit more aim dependent when you're taking those peaks team main into sandwich and all those sorts of things, and especially that spawn dependent rush out aim main to get the guy crossing to E-box there as well. That can be very aim dependent and kind of puggy, but this map falls into a really weird place where puggy teams can do well and can also do really poorly depending on who they come up against. So it should be interesting to see how these two teams stack up against each other.
Yeah, I definitely think that idea that puggy teams can do really, really well on the T side ultimately comes down to whether the CT side knows how to play CT. Because obviously if they know how to set up their, the crossfires and their angles and sort of to prevent those pushes, a lot of the time puggy plays without much utility usage generally falls a bit flat, because particularly on the A side where they have so many different angles that they have to be watching for, and then obviously you've got the B side, which the amount of sort of places that people can hide on that is always quite difficult, particularly with how far back they can play and still, take peeks for the crosses across onto the bomb side. Looks like we've got a few of the boys joining now. We've got MacGyver. I'm going to have to figure out who Really Cool Gamer is, because I'm not going to be saying Thanatar is Really Cool Gamer.
Oh, hell yeah.
I should have known that because he's got 7 Deadly Sins Meliodas as his display picture. I remember looking at that. Either way, I think
the unfortunate thing about changing your name in a game like this is we're just gonna go ahead and use the name that you've chosen, just because it makes things easier, and it becomes a negative. If you get an ace every single round, no one's gonna remember who you are. It kind of sucks, but that's how it is.
Well, it looks like Really Cool Gamer 249 has yet again aced all by himself. Oh boy.
Literally who?
What?
Who is that?
Question mark? What? That was me, guys. Yeah, sure it was. Okay. No worries.
Okay, mate.
Yeah,
okay, mate.
Yeah. I feel like people do that to me even when the clip clearly says Arc. What?
Who is that?
Are you kidding me? Who is that?
Oh, I need to upgrade my coin. Completely forgot about that.
Oh shit! I gotta do that too, but I'm sitting at the server, so it is what it is.
Yeah, me too.
Feels good, man. Silver coin rocking up. Haven't missed a step. I'm a little bit disappointed though. I got 7 out of 9 in the last stage. Fucking complexity.
Who did you pick?
No, the 2 that I got wrong, I had NRG going through and I had complexity going 0 and 3. So, old mate NRG.
You got Ents, did you? You had Ents as well?
I didn't have Ents. No, I had Na'Vi, FaZe, MIBR. Astralis was my 3-0. Renegades. Might have had Ents. I know I had Na'Vi. I don't actually remember. 1 second.
Liquid?
Yes, Liquid. Yeah, that'd be it.
See, I had Astralis as my 3-0. I had Na'Vi, MIBR, NRG, Liquid, Renegades, and Hellraisers. I dropped in a little bit of a, you know what, this could happen, but no, rip me.
Rip you indeed. Oh, God. Did anyone in the chat tonight get the upgraded coin as well, or is Pick'em's not your thing? I mean, because I've heard some horror stories about it already. Giggity was telling me that he supposedly had Astralis 3 and 0, but then he decided to change it to... Who did he change it to? I don't know.
NRG.
Yeah, he got ripped on that hard. But either way.
Is that what he chose? NRG?
Actually, let me double check. He told me this morning. All I know is I laughed at him, and then he's like, I was trying to play the Pick'em smart for the coin. I'm like, yeah, well...
If you wanted to play the Pick'em smart for the coin, you would have chosen Astralis as your 3-0. I mean, as much as I hate to admit it, they are the best team in the world. And if anyone's going to go 3-0, it's definitely them.
He put Na'Vi 3-0.
Yeah, I'd say that's not the dumbest thing ever. Under pressure, Navi can get a bit hairy, but they have two really hardcore good players on the team, Simple and Electronic. But and Zeus as well. Zeus is the best player ever. Don't at me.
Cool guy.
But yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing to choose because they really could have gone 3.
Yeah.
I know.
Potentially.
It's just unfortunate that they had to face Liquid, who are extremely strong right now.
Yeah, Liquid is an incredible team at the moment. Cool guy, FaZe or Na'Vi. Honestly,
I'm going to put Na'Vi. Yeah, I'd say Na'Vi. FaZe are in a really rough spot right now when it comes to like the team structure, and things just don't seem to be working out too well for them. Na'Vi, I mean, you could say the same for them, but my read into it is that Zeus is just playing a 300 IQ play and saying that they're bad when they actually aren't. They're just sharking the game, mate.
Yeah,
they will win the major 100%.
Yeah, nah. Look, I think. Well, my first round picks, I'm obviously Astralis. I'm taking the ballsy play and taking Renegades over MIBR. Na'Vi to beat FaZe and Liquid to beat, is it Ents or Nip? Nip. Yeah, so that's where we're rolling on that one. We're just waiting on... How many more people we got here?
We are waiting on 1.
No, 2. 2 players
from the bot. Yeah. I'm not gonna say that. That's rude.
That's so toxic. What the hell? Either way, we're waiting on 1 more player from the...
I didn't mean it, Harbour. I swear.
Whoa. Waiting on 1 more player from the AGN side. All the CountX guys are in here, ready to roll.
Who are we missing?
Oh, no. I didn't put Renegades to beat Astralis. They're playing MIBR. So I've got them to beat MIBR, and then they're going to lose to Astralis.
It's not, like, if you consider it, cool guy, they did actually take a map off Astralis in the first place. So even if, like, you could say that they definitely aren't the better team, they clearly do have that potential to... Say they skillfully take a map off Astralis, they lose a map, but then let's say they fluke out the 3rd map and actually do win, there's your win, right? They could actually take it.
Is this server being choppy for you?
Oh yeah, they're always choppy, man.
Yeah.
Always choppy.
CG servers, bro. It's so irritating. Volume is way too loud. Yeah. By the way,
we've got Fen.
You got Fen, Digas, Munchie, Why do I feel like I check this, because I feel like... Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm definitely sticking with my pick that AGN is going to win.
Why do you say that?
Because I didn't realise that Fen played for them.
Oh. Let's see how we go then.
Either way, rolling into that knife round. And yeah, CG servers are always choppy for GoTV. The only ones that are decent are FaZe and ESEA. I don't know what it is with CG ones. They're always like super choppy every single time we've done it. Either way, rolling into that knife round, we're obviously expecting whatever team to win is going to choose that CT side, generally being the more favoured side on train.
Just seems to be the way. And we all know whoever wins the knife round wins the game. And it will be CountX taking it, with Miss X actually getting 4 of them as well. That's some fantabulous knife skills right there.
I also just want to check because... No. Doesn't look like District is playing. So... Oh, actually. Or is... Galatians 6-9 him? Yeah, okay, no. District is playing. Galatians 6-9 is him. Looks like MacGyver picking up that kit, whereas we've got lots of utility coming out on Munchie and Crafty here. Appears to be an Outers take kicking in from SL. But CountX playing quite a large retake here. They're going to get completely blocked off by these smokes if they land where I expect them to. They did.
Still, no one's seeing anything, but Thanatar instantly seeing Harbour. But big return on AGN side. 2 of the defenders falling, but Galatians will take down Degas. Wow, MacGyver's just really going there, ripping heads off, taking them all down. So that will leave Munchie 1v2. Peaks and Galatians is just running at him with a USB. So that'll take him down. That'll be the first round going the way of CountX.
That was a very clean retake from Galatian/District and MacGyver. The 2 shots that MacGyver hit while in the side of the head of the 2 players was very, very needed for sure. And it looks like we're getting some SMG buys out here. Galatian only with the Deagle. I'm expecting him to pull out an AWP into that 3rd round. Meanwhile, the AGN side, only investment is some Deagles and a single P250. And it looks like they're just sitting out a default. 1 going out towards that Ivy, 2 walking towards SL, and another holding that upper push. But I have a feeling they're probably going to late game B here, depending on how the trades go. Munchie. MacGyver doesn't want any of that. Smoke down straight away.
Degas was the first one to take damage that round as well. He's just gone in. He's just tiptoed into team main, and a nade and a bit of a spam's gone down to him. That's the danger of getting into team main at any point in the round. It can be pretty difficult to really land that position. Rushes can really turn out quite poorly when it comes to A rushes. Harbour going down. MacGyver actually getting 2, but gets traded out by Munchie. Galatians doing a lot of work with that Deagle. Fen, the last one alive, but Miss X will have the flank run at him while he's reloading.
Strong round by the CountX boys. Obviously, they didn't really have much to deal with from the AGN side, who are now buying out the AKs. And yeah, there's that AWP coming out on Galatian there. This will be the real test for the AGN boys as to whether or not they're going to be able to do much on the T side. So far, CountX decent with their retakes, the holds that they need to do. And they haven't really changed much. They've got the four playing out on that A side, 1 pushed up towards that SL. But Degas is taking the jump. That was brave. Dexy takes down Harbour to half HP.
Now they know that 1 player is in Ivy, at the very least. He's trying to take some sort of control of Ivy, but they will have Thanatar there as well to try and get that double peak, but not much going their favour at the moment. Smart enough for them not to overly focus on that Ivy position. One of them went back to watch T-Main and Sight. And left Dexy by himself. He will get smoked off. He's just sitting in that position though. He's not really going to move anywhere else. He must have had a gap in the smoke.
Yeah, poor smoke.
Harbour with a return, but Miss X knows where to peek. Degas doing some damage, but Miss X with a double return. That's a spray transfer. Fen and Degas get removed from the server. Munchie with a flank onto Miss X, but timing might not come out. He gets a really nice shot onto Miss X there. But he is wide open. That's a harsh miss right there. But Galatians will just be able to tap him down as he tries to get the bomb down. That must have been really close when it came to the bomb. It looked like it almost had the plant.
Yeah, that was very close to going down. I think that's unfortunate for the AGN boys. They would have liked to have come out of the back of that. Off the back of that, so they have a little bit more money going into this. But unfortunately not. They're going to be running into another SMG buy from Dexy to hopefully build up a bit of that money. Only armor coming out on Degas and Munchie. But it looks like they're looking to just set out their default again. Waiting, obviously, to receive those nades in that A main position. Crafty smoking off Sandwich and Flash. Boys just going to get mowed down by Dexy. Diggers is down. Dexy again. Oh,
Through the smoke.
Dexy!
He just taps him through the smoke. That's harsh from it. Just on the side of AGN, that's got to feel really bad. Not even having the opportunity to do anything. Like, granted, you are on an eco, but they didn't even really come 10 feet out of the doors.
Exactly right. Oh. By the way, cool guy. It's not the stream. It's the server, unfortunately. Either way. And hey Tony, how you going, mate? Ooh, thanks for coming out.
Hey, Mr. Boney.
Ooh. Glacius takes plenty of damage there from the molly and a little bit of spray out of Degas. MacGyver dropping that smoke as per usual, while Degas and Munchie take that upper B control. Ooh, Mix-X.
That's a nice shot from Fen right there. Unfortunate that his teammate goes down right in front of him, but he does get a trade. Not on the player that gets the kill, but a trade nonetheless. Almost got the kill onto Mix-X as well. Looks like the train just got in the way. Dexy with the timing kill. Crafty just not really expecting him. I think he saw the other player, but unfortunately the timing wasn't in his favor. 2 players out SL. Dexy will just spray him down. Munchie not having any luck at the moment, but Degas doing some work. Mix-X and Dexy both down. MacGyver now in a 1v2. Smart push through the con smoke then. No one to reply. Very, very smart man, but unfortunately cannot get the frag onto Degas. Nice play from him though. Good try. Didn't work out though.
Massive round from Degas. Obviously, getting himself up to the 4K at the end of that round. CountX keeping it close though, so AGN's economy is still in the absolute dumps. So if CountX managed to win this round here, they're easily going to put AGN back onto at least 1 eco, potentially the double eco if they decide to pick. But it looks like some fast uppers control from AGN here, but MacGyver once again dropping that smoke. A little bit deeper this time, but the AGN boys are all stacked up towards that inner bomb site. So I think MacGyver is about to have his hands very full.
We've seen how dangerous Dexy really has been, and putting him on a deagle might really not make him any less effective than he has been already. So this could be, if they do lose it, this could be a really, really tough round. It'll put them on that eco, as you say. So they've really got to play this smart. They've really got to get something done, make sure they win this round. Otherwise, as you say, they could really be in some economic trouble.
They've already rotated the third person over.
Mix-X getting traded out. MacGyver with the frag on Fen. I think he must have been from uppers, but Harbour, beautiful read on that one. Just knows it's going to be close. Looks like it will be a plant for oil.
Nope.
Oh, that was close. Glacians was about ready to just shoot his face. Right in the face. Crafty heard him. That's rough.
Flank.
That's rough. Degas is just trying to find Dexy. That timing, that's really unfortunate for Thanatar there, but smart read from Degas. He will get 3 for that round. That's huge.
The Thanatar's flank was where it needed to be. He knew what he needed to do for the round, but Degas, the timing on this man to just turn around and, just expect the push, which obviously, the amount of time that had passed and no one had come from that back end, obviously makes sense for him to check that. AGN that confident they're leaving the bomb in T-spawn, but it's okay. One has gone back to grab it, but they've got a 4-man push coming into Ivy. Massive things. Fen already been taken down by MacGyver. Crafty flash. He's gonna have his hands full here. Trades back effectively.
Just trying to hold them back desperately. Beautiful shot onto Dexy. Really, all CountX need to do is get one more, make it worth their while, and they do just that. Pick up the guns too. That's the AWP for MacGyver. They might even just consider a saving here. Bit rough when you have Munchie waiting for them to come back to him. Bomb will go down B.
Good to see Munchie not try and overcommit there. Obviously, he knows that they've probably picked up a gun, and he doesn't want to overcommit that and then drop another one, even though I assume Mystics is going to get this AK here anyway.
They have two now.
Yeah, but as I mentioned before, the economy on the AGN, boys, they can't really be giving away too many guns at this stage, particularly because it'll help CountX's buy that much more into the next round, particularly with that AWP. That's massive for them to be able to pick that up. But another decent round from the AGN guys. Obviously, that's all CountX were trying to do there, was do as much damage as they possibly could. 2 kills, 2 guns out of the round. That's about as good as you can probably hope for outside of a miracle win. But AGN, they found where they were pushing and fell back instantly and running onto that inner bomb side. So I think they'll be disappointed about losing 2 players and that AWP, but I don't think they can be too unhappy considering it is now 4-3.
They really started bringing it back. A lot of work being done on the AGN side to get that score back up to a tie, having it been 4-1 just a bit earlier.
Fast cell control. Unfortunately, it's smoked off. Ooh, Dexy.
A missed shot from Glashins there. Will allow them free reign on the site. Mystic's the only one to pick one up, but does get traded instantly. And Munchie with a beautiful shot onto Dexy there. Fen also found Thanatar as well. Crafty just finding MacGyver. Cheeky little spot on the site there, but unfortunately was looking the wrong way. So that'll be scores tied up 4-4.
Strong round coming out of the AGN boys. All that utility usage was perfect, blocking off all the sight lines. I think there was a missed shot that came out of, I think, District. Did he have the AWP? I heard a missed shot with the AWP, which probably didn't help them too much with the round, but the utility ended up coming out. I think Degas pushed straight through and picked up one, only to be traded by Misx. But they've got a 4-person stack out onto that A site for CountX. They're back on that pistol wire. Ooh, Fen takes down Dexy through the crack. Misx is going to push through.
Finds Fen and Harbour.
Ooh.
That's huge. Just a 5-7 and some armor, and you can do that. He didn't even take a single hit. Both of those players didn't even see him coming. Degas getting a bit cheeky on uppers up there. Will get spotted out and will be forced to drop down. He has 3 players on his tail. The flick not enough to connect onto Degas. He will find Thanatar as well. He's just clearing them out on B.
The bomb is just chilling in A main. So, CountX...
This is TDM. This is TDM, don't worry. Degas taking a huge chunk of damage from that P250. They are such a strong investment when you've got no money.
Oh, 6 reads. The Crafty's coming in from behind.
Now, he is a smart gamer right there.
Oh,
Munchie falling to MacGyver. That's going to put Degas in a really rough spot. 9 HP, 2 players to find.
20 seconds as well.
That's a lot of pressure.
CountX read that perfectly. Degas was
And
just...
Mysix might be doing the same thing. He knows. That's a 4K for him. That's huge. Apparently the bomb was glitched out.
Oh, okay. That explains why the bomb was still there. Okay, that kind of changes things a little bit. I was... Bomb stuck in floor. Ah, that sucks. That feels bad. Because I was going to say, I was wondering why the 2 other players were taking so long on the AGN side to actually get out onto that A site and plant the bomb. Because CountX just read the fact that Degas was just trying to buy time, so then they just rotated straight back to A. So that's unfortunate from the AGN boys, but fast!
Thanatar must have been completely blind there.
Completely blind, takes him down regardless. But Crafty trades back.
Dexy just back at stop sign. Taking some angels. Will take down Munchie as well. Flicks doesn't... Misx actually finds that one. Fen, last one alive on 4 HP with the AWP. Gets tapped down. Quick shot from Dexy.
Yeah, that was a massive round from Dexy. 3k there, really nice and quick. I'll also just point out again, just to apologise, the CG servers are trash. So it's skipping all over the place for everyone, unfortunately, just because that round was particularly bad. Either way, AGN back on to those pistols. No armor. Oh, actually, no, I lied. They bought it late. Munchie and Harbour. Looks to be just a fast B play, which, again, MacGyver smoked down early. He's going to have a lot of players on his hands shortly.
Some of these nades have been a bit rough from CountX. The HE was way too early, and the smoke uppers didn't even hit the target. It went down to the lower ladders. Smoke coming out. I think that's for... Yep, it's for connector. Crafty needs to read the player here, and he does. That's an entry with a Glock. Granted, he wasn't looking the way of the player entering. Mystics with one, and Thanatar is just running up behind them with the XM. Manages to find Harbour, and he's just going to run out. Sees Crafty there. Gets Fenton as well. He's just going ham. Rambo time with that XM. Oh! I think he fell to his death. That's rough. He gets 2! Munchie doing huge work with the Deagle. I think that might even have been a collateral. Not much he can do in that situation. Huge, huge round from Munchie.
That was a mess. Munchie
You can say that again.
somehow managed to hit 2 heads. I mean, he had three enemies all sitting on the bomb. So, I mean, he had to hit something.
And he manages to hit one standing above the player defusing, who was crouching, goes through both of their heads.
Oh,
that's crazy.
No.
Fen on the magic number, 69 HP after taking that HE through Team Main. Once again, a lot of utility being just chucked in that position. Early round, Crafty, seeing the legs of Dexy, just shoots him through the smoke. Fen actually gets a frag on to Thanatar as well. But MacGyver will read. Actually, timing was a bit off, but he manages to get the anti-timing on Crafty, who was looking the wrong way. MacGyver being able to spot down 2 players as they go onto site. Degas falls to the AUG. Will they read the player uppers? He hasn't even seen him yet.
The player uppers has to peek.
Oh, and Fen hasn't seen him either. Yikes. That was a bit awkward. They were just standing out in the open, both of them. That'll be District with 2 for this round. Getting the defuse as well.
That was such a messy round. I don't know why Fen was taking so long to peek from uppers. 2 of his teammates...
He was looking to the site. He wasn't actually looking back towards the oil train and all of that. So he couldn't really see anything from where he was. And of course he was scoped, so
yeah,
his
true.
was drastically decreased.
That's
so
a good point, yeah. It just seemed, from looking from the side there, it didn't even look like he was peeking, but, I mean, perhaps he was. Either way, I think that was a bit of a misplay from the AGN boys. They had the side, they had control, and then they just kind of, I don't know, they let them push up on them and without sort of any opportunity to trade, but all in all, well played by the CountX guys. They had someone on the flank. MacGyver was hitting his shots with the AUG. District, obviously, massive 2k at the end there with the AWP. AGN, money in the bin. Okay.
something about a harvest. BR Platinum, let us not become wary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up.
Ooh, Mystics takes down 2 as they do the double SL drop. Munchie takes what I can only imagine some grenades.
Dexy managing to get 2 of the players coming up. Munchie doing some huge work with that Deagle. Once again, such a powerful investment. It can do so much damage, but Thanatar will be able to just tap him down with the ump. Ump strong.
The ump is too strong.
Munchie's gotten some really good frags with the Deagle this map. He's done some huge work.
definitely right. I mean, getting those 2 kills keeps the CountX economy under control. As you can see there, their money not that great. District constantly buying the AWPs. He's only on $50 at the start of this round, but 2 players down on that Ivy side. Thanatar is going to see both of them and just smoke them off.
That's a whole lot of info.
A lot of info.
That's
Double smoke A main.
miscommunications coming in. Thanatar just... Actually a really smart nade.
Oof.
Manages to get Fen and Crafty down really low. Fen on 52, Crafty on 36. That's a lot of damage coming in really early. Well, early enough. No one's really seen each other apart from that.
Always love some early molly damage to make them that much easier to kill. But the AGN boys walking towards that B site. It looks like Crafty's going to fake the outers.
That seems to be the CT meta, just doing a whole lot of utility damage at the beginning of the round and then making it really easy for those M4s to mop up. But they were still trying to find those players in Ivy. They didn't find anything, so they are going to suspect the B push, and the smokes are coming in now. District with a frag onto Fen, but Diga's just coming out and getting MacGyver as he's on top of the train there, and Harbour with Thanatar as well. He's just running up Speedway. He is
an absolute mad lad.
District, oh, with a missed shot onto Munchie, does manage to take down District there, and Crafty with a bit of a mini flank onto Mystics there.
I don't.
This is going back and forth.
Yeah, I have no idea what Dexy was doing. I think he ran a little bit too far forward when he threw that nade. He probably wasn't expecting to run completely out of the smoke there. Either way, CountX back onto a really broken buy. 2 Deagles, 2 MP9s, and no single AUG out on Thanatar. Meanwhile, AGN looking very healthy. Lots of utility going onto that A, but Mystics and District, but traded back.
Harbour's gotten 2 already. So he's done the majority of the listing for AGN at the moment, so they do... MacGyver just trying to be sneaky behind them. Munchie reads it. So 2 players on the CountX side. We have Dexy being found pretty early in Sandwich. Gets taken down by Harbour. But Thanatar will be waiting. Manages to take him down. Gets tagged up by Munchie. Looks like he might go for that long flank.
He got to SL, it seems. Oof, but
Fen just getting with the Tech 9, baby!
Tech
Tech
9
9
feels.
Gotta love that Tech 9.
Gotta love the Tech 9 indeed. The boys pick up that round, finishing the half 8-7, which, to be fair, is a very, very strong T-side. Very strong. That's the kind of way that you want to look at it. So now we're going to have to see whether or not CountX are going to be able to... I have the goddamn thing bug again. We're going to have to see if CountX are going to be able to replicate that on their T side, because obviously AGN on the more preferred side now. This is where their teamwork will really come into sort of its element, because they'll be able to set up a lot of those crossfires. They'll be able to do a lot of early utility damage, which is ultimately going to be, you know, the biggest thing moving into this side here. Because if you do tons of utility damage early, the T's aren't really going to have much opportunity. But the 4-1 setup is going to come out here from the AGN boys. Kit out on Crafty. Meanwhile, MacGyver with the utility scoping out the top of B. But it will be spotted out by Degas.
This round could make the difference with the... pistol round's not as important as they used to be, but it still has managed to keep CountX in the lead coming into the second half. So if they can score this one as well, it'll give them a pretty decent edge coming into the second half here. 3 players coming up Speedway. Misex just turning and drive-bying onto Degas there.
Oh!
But they're running into Connector?
They're trying
Ben
to do,
takes 2.
They're trying to do the Renegades play.
Oh no, it's falling apart.
But they're going to hit the plan on A.
That they did. So a B split A. That's a bit bold. A little bit bold considering the scoreline, but if it works out for them, I will be impressed. District just taking down Fen. Didn't even know that was a possibility. Munchie, your aim is good enough, but unfortunately cannot close it out sooner than Harbour can get behind him and shoot him in the side of the...
I'm trying to remember who Renegades did that against, but they did that as their pistol round, and they basically just sprinted onto B, ran through Connector. They ended up winning that round, but I think that's because they got the picks through the smoke, whereas the AGN boys were just waiting on the other side of the smoke. They weren't pushing through that. They were prepared and ready. So that's a good way to start their CT side. A little bit unfortunate for CountX there, but bomb plant down, meaning they can buy into the next round. Degas takes some early damage, down to 42 HP, but drops that molly to avoid being rushed.
That Renegade strat almost sounds like it's something that comes from Strat Roulette.
I know, right?
Just let's run to one site, but then not go to that site and run all the way to the other one.
Well, I mean, I think the whole idea behind it is definitely catching those people in the connector area unawares. But the hit is coming in, but Degas
just swinging in, but Dexy trades him out. But Munchie will be on the angle as they cross. Gets one, Harbour with another one. Thanatar will be taken down. 2 versus 4 now for CountX. Misix just trying desperately to do anything with that position, but gets taken down. Fen with one onto Misix from behind.
Simple retake for the AGN boys, but I think CountX are going to be happy with the bomb plant coming out. That'll give them even more utility into this round. The only one a little bit lacking is District, but even then, he's only missing 1 nade, which is all good in the hood. AGN, MP9 staying on Crafty's back. Degas with the FAMAS, no reason to upgrade. This will ultimately lead to be a bonus round if they can get the win off this and really put their economy in a fantastic place.
I mean, really, if you've got the brains for it, you can use the MP9's mobility and its rate of fire to your advantage. I mean, I think when I was watching, I think it was Navi, I can't remember who they played, but Zeus, I think he found like 3 entries, 3 initial frags on the CT side in a row, just with the MP9.
Well, I mean, we've
against full buys as well,
Yeah.
so it can be a really powerful weapon if you know how to use it against full buys.
We've definitely seen that be done with the Mac 10 on the T side as well. Just money men playing straight in, getting all the information you can, and you know, opening picks with the Mac 10. Thanatar taken down by Degas. It's a good start for the AGN boys.
He was just too far out in the open, unexpected peak coming out from the AGN players, and that's 2 for them now. Dexy unfortunately gets taken down. Molly will land at MacGyver's feet to push him out and into the arms of Munchie, who will get taken down. District falling to Fen as well. And Mystic's just trying to do anything he can with that, but unfortunately completely surrounded by 4 players. Not much you can do in that situation.
No, exactly right. I mean, AGN in full lockdown mode at the moment. Lesser weaponry. CountX still not expecting the timed aggression and sort of overall peaks. There was they had no idea that Crafty was going to be that close that quickly. I think we saw Senpai Murata do that to Dynasty White a whole bunch when Surge and them played the other night. That sort of timed aggression in the upper area is generally really, really strong if the Ts aren't expecting it. We've got the three-men play over towards that Ivy. S6 will just drop that bomb so they can't see it, but AGN have the info that at least 2 are here. So I'm expecting a bit of a slaughter here. Ooh, feels bad, MacGyver.
Not a huge amount of damage though.
Yeah, get out of there.
AGN really have to be careful here because just constantly peeking to those deagles can give them enough of an opportunity to just hit that lucky shot or that timed shot that can play havoc with a round. Even one down at the beginning can cause a huge amount of mishap, even if you are on the superior weaponry.
Exactly right there. It looks like Thanatar just was keeping the attention of those Ivy players, which he's done a good job because there's still two sitting around there. But it seems like the end game play is going to be that B side here where Degas and oh, wait, who else is there with him? Munchie. Degas and Munchie are holding down together. And they're in that back, sort of that mid... Ooh. Missed shot by Fair.
Thanatar will just push out onto A site. We'll keep both of these players here as the others hopefully come down B ramp. Yes, they do. And Degas just getting two. Munchie with an assist as well. Mystic's getting a return. Last one alive, but gets pistoled down. He was really low.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think Thanatar's presence in A did what they were hoping. No one even budged on the B side. They were just more than happy to stick with what they'd done there. But obviously, low investment, little no investment coming in from the CountX guys that round. Full investment now, so they'll have to see whether they can do anything because they obviously haven't won a single T round just yet. AGN well and truly shutting them down, but looks like lots of early utility here, although District taken down to 49 HP.
Once again, the utility into the... Jeez. Fen with a lineup just manages to take down Glacians as he's... Well, District as he's holding the angle. Once again, the early util really doing a whole lot of work in that T main position. It just seems to be... You cannot get there without taking any nade damage whatsoever. Fen with a frag onto Dexy. That's another one for him. Fen's looking to shut the round down by himself. That's 3 already. Harbour will find MacGyver. That's a bit of an awkward fight.
That had to be a spectator glitch. Because MacGyver could see Harbour very well on that train.
Yeah, maybe the smoke was just in a slightly different position, or...
Yeah.
Mystics, once again, alone in a 1v4. I think this is the third round in a row. The first round in a row. Not sure what's going on there.
But he'll walk straight into Fen.
Fen, 4Ks, one through smoke as well. That's huge.
Yeah, Fen
That's a lot of work.
He went off in the back 6 position there. CountX really struggling to sort of, and this makes sense for them to be taking a timeout here. They need to work out how to break that AGN defense, because at the moment, AGN aren't really breaking too much of a sweat. CountX just walking into the enemies, getting taken down by utility really early on in the round. I mean, I'd be livid if I was District after that round. Walk into A main, cop a molly and an A to start off, and then, oh, I'm going to hold this angle only to get shot directly through smoke.
No, that's just the amount of work and time that AGN have clearly put into this map. They just know the timings. We're seeing it time and time again. They just know the timings. They know the way that you should peek into angles. They just know the lineups. They know everything about this map.
They do look very comfortable. But we've got 3 players in that upper bathrooms area with 2 just standing outside A main. I'm expecting 2 grenades to come out here, 1 for Sandwich, and I think that looks like E-Box, while the 3 other players are up towards that B area. I think they're going to throw 3 smokes into outer A and then push out B, or split A through SL, but where the bomb is, I'm expecting that B hit.
CountX just keep going to play those fake plays, try and force the rotations. Hasn't worked out for them so far. Maybe if they throw a little bit more utility onto the A side, it could possibly do something. As of yet, no one from the B side has even moved at all. They're still hunkering down. They must have seen the players coming out now. No rotations taken. May have taken them a little bit longer to rotate. Dexy with the first frag onto Degas, but crafty on return as Thanatar really pushes his luck onto Cloud. Dexy looking to get really aggressive, only gets one. Galatians or District is now alone with 1 HP. Never really anything you're going to do in a 3v1 with 1 HP.
Exactly right. Yeah, AGN aren't buying on the fakes at all. They're just confident that the players that they have on the site are going to do the job that are required. And having that 3-2 setup definitely takes a lot of the nerves out of it, because whenever you have that one solo player on B, the moment anything sort of happens, you generally will be pulling that play over. But AGN haven't really needed that 4 stack on the A side. They've had the 3 players out there and they've done exactly what they needed to do. Defensive utility coming out early, but once again, District taking up that position in A main with the AWP.
Early push from Degas as well, uppers, just trying to find anything. He does spot the player out. Dexy taking a lot of damage. Team main is such a dangerous spot to play. Fen with a shot that will connect with Dexy, so that'll leave CountX with 1 less player into this round. It just seems like every time they try something, anything, AGN are just ready for it, and they know exactly where to look. They know exactly how to play it to get that first pick. And there's really nothing that CountX have found to really have any reply to it. That flash doesn't even blind Fen at all. Miscreant once again alone, 1v4. This is the 4th time that he's been in this situation. No saves, actually. They haven't really been trying to save at all. But the smart Molly will push him out, and Fen with another frag. That's 3 for this one, so it's really looking rough for CountX at the moment. 14-8. AGN, really not many rounds to go.
Yeah, they're kind of running out of opportunities to do anything here, and obviously AGN, their money is good as gold. CountX are basically, you know, it's going to take them a while to break that economy, particularly with Fen up there on that 13k. But here comes a force buy in here. I don't know if District was expected to buy there, but Miscreant taken down by Crafty, unable to be traded. Guyver as well.
Bit of change of pace from AGN here. They just decide not to be too passive, but Thanatar with a beautiful deagle shot onto Harbour, but Fen is holding the angle. Munchie getting Dexy as he falls, and will just swing out and get District as well. So that's gonna be rough for CountX. With AGN on match point, they must be feeling the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't won a single T round. Every single thing that they've been doing so far just hasn't been working. And I mean, this was something that I mentioned in the pre-game in regards to the fact that the teamwork coming out from AGN is just going to be such a force on that CT side. And so far, I mean, that's been the case.
You're absolutely right. It was looking promising in the first half, CountX on the CT side, but obviously the T side can be a lot harder to play, especially from a setup team perspective. But this round looks like it could be going the way of CountX. They do have the man advantage. They will be getting the site, but Crafty in a good position to try and take down Thanatar. He will do so, only on 1 HP. Degas probably will have to do everything for this retake. Crafty won't be able to do much. In fact, he gets taken out by Miscreant. Degas with a read manages to get Dexy as he gets a little bit too aggressive.
Will he expect
Degas, he's going to look at the bomb. He might think that he is there. Miscreant just needs to time him. But the faster shot does win for him. Degas was actually looking towards E-Box, so that was kind of close for Miscreant. He does manage it, and that will bring them back into the game. 4 now. That's 9-15.
CountX needing to win another 6 rounds in a row. Obviously, it's the way that it goes, isn't it? The first T round you win is once the opposition has already made it to 15. But here is, Fen taking out Thanatar really early in that A main position. But we've got 3 of the CountX players up in that Ivor position.
Crafty's taken a whole lot of damage too. This is another round that CountX have been put on the back foot at the very start. They are trying to make a play to do something to even it up, but Fen is just going to hunker down and just take shot after shot.
He's
District. He's going to attempt to take these 2 players. Does manage to take down Dexy. This could be the end for CountX. Fen looks like he just wants to go home, really.
He's done. He needs a break. He wants a Kit Kat, mate. He's ready to roll on out. Go to sleep. I think
Fen for the ace.
Fen for the ace. He's been aggressively picking everything, so I think he's confident with it.
He's looking for it. Flashbang into SL. They won't fall onto it though. That might not be the smartest play. It does give the CTs more information that they can only really come out SL and
look,
down into B side.
Look at the rotation.
That was probably not the smartest thing. Munchie even read it. He knew that they were going to go. They probably even heard him actually, just running towards the B side. Fen with 4.
Fen and Munchie both finishing on 22. Mystics 25 on the opposition side there. But unfortunately for the CountX boys, AGN just too good. I mean, I don't want to... What?
That's huge.
What's that?
Munchie ended up on 94 ADR for that entire game.
Oh.
That's huge.
That's pretty good from the big man. I imagine Fen probably did quite well in the end there. I didn't catch his ADR.
I missed it as well, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, look, like I said, I'm not going to say I told you so, but I think that was my expected result, for sure. I just think that considering how long the AGN boys have been a team for, and particularly the more recent pickups that they've got, like I said, I didn't know Fen had joined them. I just think that, CountX was always going to be at a bit of a disadvantage there, considering they're a relatively new roster. But definitely, a decent showing from them. But I think that T side was definitely the crux in the end, only managing to pick up a single round, which came off the back of, some good individual efforts there. But AGN really showing they've got mad chops on train. What was that? 7 rounds on the T side, I think, and then only 1 lost round on CT. That's obviously a really, they've got to be really happy with that.
Absolutely. And CountX, they did show some really good defense on that CT side. Unfortunately, not really much they could do with the AGN setup, just completely demolishing them on the entries. They pretty much started every single round with 1 less player at the very least. So it's kind of hard when you come up against those teams that can find those initial picks so consistently. Yeah. It really makes it difficult, and CountX, really not much you can do when you've got that experience on the other team. It's just going to be rough. But I think what they can take away from this is that their CT side setup is actually pretty good. They did manage. There was a little bit of a slip up couple of rounds, but all in all, they did a pretty good job on that CT side.
Yeah. And I mean, I think the rounds that they were losing on that CT side were coming off the back of some really good executes from the AGN boys, where they were just getting in with their utility and just ultimately trading out. So I mean, I think there's a really good foundation there, and I think that moving forward they're gonna, I don't think they're gonna have too much trouble during this season, and I think that they can only get better from here. So, I mean, definitely well played by the AGN boys, and GG for the CountX boys as well. But I think we should probably move on into talking about our next match, which is coming up, which is Miscreant versus Cloud9 Summer 2015. So obviously we're expecting massive things out of Cloud9 Summer 2015. They were the golden years of Cloud9, mate. That was the way to go. I'm just waiting for the veto to be finished so we can get an idea of what maps we're playing. But we may as well just have a quick look at the players. So across on the Miscreant gaming sides, we have Axwell, Demigod, InStyle, Kurgan, Script, and Solaris. And then over on Cloud9 Summer 2015, Bizkit, Blurberries, Platinum, Remy, and Wiz. I know a bunch of these blokes used to play on Ninja Esports, which I think ended up becoming Skyfire Academy, question mark. But I know that a few of those boys have definitely played together for quite some time.
That's right. I do recognise a couple of these players on Cloud9 Summer 15, so could be good to give it a watch. I do know a couple of them on Miscreant as well. Not too familiar with them though. Script, one of them. Kurgan, I'm familiar with as well. But all in all, should be interesting to see Cloud9 Summer 15. I'm actually keen on watching them play. I had a look at them a couple of days ago, and I just thought that was a bit of a funny name, but also Blurberries. I know that he's a Sharpie, so he could be really doing a lot of damage for them.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're in for a good one. I mean, in terms of, I guess, predictions in regards to which way you think it's going to roll, what are your thoughts? Do you have a favourite in mind, or do you think that it could go either way?
We don't know the final ban yet. It's either Inferno or Mirage. I'd imagine who's got the final ban? Miscreant. I'd imagine it'll come down to Mirage. Sorry, I think it'll be coming down to Mirage.
You reckon Mirage? Yeah.
I think it'll be a Mirage game. That being said, I think it could be pretty even. Both of them really have a chance to show off the individual play and also their team play. But I think when it comes to this game, I think for the most part we should be looking out for those individual plays where just one person will really do a whole lot of damage one round and completely shut it down for the other team.
Yeah.
So could be exciting. Maybe not the most tactical CS, but it should be exciting nonetheless.
Exactly right. Crafty, thanks for coming out, mate. GG on your win. Those scores are around the wrong way. Why did that do that? That feels bad.
Oh, it was right before.
It was right. It was right on my other screen. I must have linked them to the wrong thing. But either way,
that's for me. That's the second time you've done that.
Look, man. Shit's annoying. Okay. Either way. Oh, you were wrong. It's Inferno.
Oh, wrong again.
Either way, Inferno, definitely, again, another map where CT side is sort of that, where you want to be and where you want to do most of your work, because if you're not, you end up sort of just in this awkward position where you end up on T side where you just get absolutely mauled by utility damage down that B corridor. And I think what makes a good Inferno is having that ability to control Banana basically, for majority of the half. Like whether that be, keeping them out with well-timed mollies at the start of the round and then, keeping bottom Nana smoked. Because I've seen teams that will have, one player run over, they'll have three players over towards that B side. One of those will throw the smoke early on. And then you've still got two more smokes, which one, you can either utilize them to maintain control in that Banana area, or if they're taking that sort of upper car control, they can then fall back, drop that into the sort of, I guess you could call that moto area on B, and then, just stalling them out even more. I think, Inferno as a whole is definitely dominated by good utility usage, and if you're a CT side that knows how to use good utility, it's way easier. I think a good example of that is Conformity. their utility damage on pretty much every map, but Inferno, their utility damage is just insane. They pretty much finish the CT side with all players above that 250 mark. So it's definitely one of those maps where it's very hard to get going on the T side. Dave?
Sorry, you cut out there.
Sorry. Yeah, I stopped talking. I'm waiting for you to talk.
I think, when it comes to this map, utility and banana control become an absolute linchpin when it comes to winning the map. So we should see both teams, Cloud9 Summer 15 and Miscreant, really try and take as much control of banana as they can. If you're a T and you manage to take control of banana, you've done so much work already. All it takes is to really just nail the rest of the execute down. But as a CT, if you manage to take that banana control, which does tend to happen with all that utility damage, you can really put the fear into the T side and get early control of banana every round. They really limits what the T's can do further into the round. So it makes it your job as a CT so much easier. But like you say, yeah, absolutely. So utility and banana control always is such a huge factor when it comes to the win on Inferno.
Exactly right. And I mean, just the point that you were touching on there, as a CT, if you have that banana control, it's really easy to stack 4 people on A, which essentially just filters the T's in, and unless they're hitting their shots and sort of trading in, it's always going to be really difficult for them to really get anything done. So understanding how to mitigate utility damage on the T side, not only from just banana but also from top mid if they're going to be pegging those mollies and grenades down there as well. But I think an interesting thing that we've been seeing now is a lot of CT sides don't really try and take any sort of apps control. They just ultimately they give it to the T's and let them, walk on into them, up or towards balcony, which is obviously a lot easier place for the CTs to take fights, considering they're all getting scuttled into a single doorway.
Absolutely. Inferno's one of those maps where there's really not much of a choke point when it comes to, there's a huge choke point when it comes to T's entering onto sites. Really, when you're a CT, you can hold down the entire the entire entry pathway onto B site just from coils or coffins. You could just hold it down. You can see all of them, and as they come in, you can shoot them pretty easily. And that's a hard shot to take as well. I've seen players do it, and it's when you're head glitching behind that, it can be a bit rough. So it's a pretty strong position. The only thing that you can really do to limit that is putting this coffin smoke down. That can be a bit tricky at times. Landing it in the right spot, you can either do it too deep or too shallow, and it still manages to give them that headshot angle.
Yeah, it seems to be a very easy smoke to screw up, doesn't it? We've obviously seen that happen a few times where the coffin smoke has been thrown and it might be too shallow, which means they can jump up behind it and they can see it, or it might go too deep. So, they've basically been given a one-way, which, is definitely funny that it's for such a common smoke, it seems to have a lot of opportunities to be completely sort of screwed up. Who is Chaos Theory? Ooh, what did I just do? Did I just try and invite them to play? Oh no.
Awkward.
Oh,
another thing to note about Inferno is that really initiating control onto apps as well as a CT can give you another edge. So once you've taken banana as well, you can really clear out the app's position and limit the T's even more. So you can just corner them into these fights where it's really disadvantageous for the T's to take, but they're still forced to do it anyway. So as a CT, so many options to take when it comes to limiting T's. If you just let them come into site, execute, it does make your job harder. So CT aggression, controlled aggression is probably the best way to go, the best way to play this map.
Yeah,
using
100%.
utility early, doing the damage, smoking them off, making sure that they don't have any free pathways onto any site whatsoever, and then just taking that aggression, making sure that if they are pushed up, it's not for free, making sure that you really just have the majority of the map control. Map control is just huge on this map. I can't understate it enough.
Yeah, it's definitely right, because there's just so many opportunities to ultimately, you know, like, what's the word that I'm looking for? Split onto sites, you know, whether that be from A straight onto B, and you have some people going up connector at the same time, you know, or you just do the current favourite of quite a few teams, which is the A side split from dig side and arch side. That's obviously done by quite a few teams that we've watched so far. But I mean, yeah, I think one of the biggest sort of overall points to make is, yeah, map control is what both teams are going to be wanting to do on that CT side, but also you're going to want to be able to counter that on the T side on the T side to make sure that you've got that space to move around. We're just waiting on one more player to join from the Miscreant side, and once they're in the game, we will be able to kickstart this match.
Looks like I've got everyone here.
Ready to roll, just as I was. Oh, Cloud9 Summer 15. That was a wild ride. I remember watching that Fnatic versus Cloud9. Just waiting for everyone to ready up. It's just 3 of the Miscreants that we are waiting on at this point. Thanks, appreciate all the follows that we've this evening too, by the way. Means a lot for you guys to be coming out and watching the cast. We're really looking to get into some sort of a schedule. Hopefully, you know, minimum 2 nights a week to trying to get the sort of blast the casts out and give I guess, you know, a little bit of a push to push the quality in terms of casting and whatnot, and obviously improve overall. So thanks very much for coming out, guys. Appreciate it. Moving into that knife round. As we always say, winner of this is going to pick CT side. I don't think there's going to be a T side pick.
Especially on a map like Inferno, you really want to get that side that grants you so much map control to start off with.
Miscreant.
It can be so powerful.
Let's see that /stay. I'm really hoping the server doesn't completely like shit itself again too, by the way, because watching that last game was really difficult with how like shoddy the server was.
The end of it did get a bit rough.
Hopefully this server is better and we can have a smoother experience. I mean, ugh. I was about to say, oh, it seems fine, but then the jitters came in, which is always good. Either way,
those jitters.
Either way, there's a kit and some utility coming out from the Miscreant boys. I'm assuming kit is probably going to smoke off bottom banana here, which is an interesting play. Oh no, it just seems
comes the HE.
Yeah, it seems like he's just going to save it, but there's a lot of second mid control here from the Cloud9 Summer 2015 boys.
I think they've just expected the early util being used onto banana, so they've just said, "Hey, you guys can have it. Don't want it. Don't want a part of that. Give it up for free."
This is a balcony drop here, but they're going to be running into 4 players because they've just left the one. Kurgan, big roll here at the pit.
Script playing double pit as well, manages to take down 2. Does get taken down. Unfortunately, that was they had the strong positions, just didn't really get the frags that they needed to. Obviously, Script with 2, that's huge, but really not much else coming out. Now, 148 kilogram kid AX in a 1v3 gets spotted out by Remy. Task will be moving a mountain. Just ducking and weaving, does finally get taken down by Wiz.
Oh boy. Yeah, that was unfortunate from the Miscreant boys, considering they had the 4 stack on there waiting for them to roll in, but Cloud9 just hitting the shots that they needed to hit. Unfortunate for Script there, considering he did so much work in that pit position. But full eco coming out from Miscreant, except for a single P250 coming out on Script. 3 UMPs and a Mac 10 on Cloud9 Summer. That nade did less damage than I expected it to. But it seems like we've got a 3-man stack on that B site. A bit of utility usage from the Cloud9 guys there, just to prevent any sort of aggression in Banana. But there is no aggression. They're all hiding.
They're afraid. Maybe afraid's not the best way of putting it. Just looking for those cheeky off angles. The T's actually playing it really smart. Cloud9, Summer 15, just trying to feel them out on their anti-eco. Not really committing to anything at this point. A couple smokes will go down, maintaining bracket control for them. So they've got the 2 site linchpins when it comes to any positional advantage. Demigod just gets completely wiped out. And it will be ending on an A take here. Wiz taking down Script as he's trying to hold
Kurgan?
A bit of a yikes for me, but still managed to get it. Blueberries with just saving us from what could have been a bit dangerous. I suppose he only had a USP, but still a bit of a threat. Now, 148 kilogram kid will get flashed, and Biscuit Uwu will swing on him, but in style. There's the danger in the USP. Blurberries just taking 2 to the face, copping it out. Just unfortunate, but nice shots from you in style. And Wiz just trying to spray him out. I think Biscuit will get the frag on in style here. He does. Uwu to you too. Don't want to talk about that profile picture.
Clean round from the Cloud9 Summer 15. Obviously they lost 2 players, but both of those running with the SMG, so not too much of a problem there. Miscreant getting that buy out now. A little lacking on the utility. Demigod only with a molly. Actually, that's the only molly across the board for them. But there's still 2 UMPs out, and it looks like it's just going to be really fast to be. Demigod needs...
He's completely blind. Manages to take down Wiz, but Uwu, Biscuit, Uwu does manage to take him down. So that'll put them at even Stevens for now.
Except for the fact that Remy and Bizkit are on less than 50 HP.
It's the man advantage that counts. I mean, if one shot gets missed, I'm sure Uwu can do a lot of damage. I'm going to call him Uwu. Is that alright, Biscuit? That's right. That's right. Mr. Uwu here.
This is an incredibly tight angle held by Kurgan here. He's ready to shoot ahead through a pixel.
Hoping for much. Slowly creeping up Banana here. Cloud9, Summer 15. Remy just looking to show some presence towards mid. Does shonk out the grenade a little bit, but we will get a little bit of a reaction from the pit player Script. He will throw a smoke down to give him the advantage, but 3 mollies coming out onto the
both
side. Both of them are going to burn. Remy gets both of them, but unfortunately for him, 148 kilogram kid does manage to get two of them there. Remy now on 6 HP. Kills the chicken. That's huge. Remy manages to take down Script. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter how low you are. If you've got the confidence and you've got the timing, 1 HP might as well be 100. If they're going to miss or they're not even going to see you, it doesn't even matter. Kurgan now in a 1v1. He does have the health advantage, but he's not looking the right direction. Hopefully, he does turn around.
Oh, he's got it.
Finally,
he's got it. He's
notices
got this.
that. Are you sure? I don't think he does.
I think he does.
No, he doesn't. Didn't have the time.
Oh,
he just
damn.
waited. He was looking towards Banana, just waiting for the timing. Realized exactly where he was. No peek, no nothing from Remy there, so he had to be behind him.
The defuse came in as just as the music kicked in, so I thought that he had it, but...
I think you have to be 2 seconds in on a 10-second defuse for that.
Yeah, right, fair enough. Either way, full Deagle buy coming in from Miscreant. Double nades that hit no one, because Cloud9 Summer 15 are holding back, waiting for any sort of utility or rush, but they find none of that. And now they've already taken Apps control. And the stack by Miscreant is coming out onto that A site, which it also looks like. They will be heading
Cloud9 just know that the nades are going to come out early. They're just waiting for them to go. They're not even going to really contest B at all at this rate. It looks like they're just going to barrel out into A. They've got the confidence now. They can just run out. But it's going awry. Excuse me. They do clean it up in the end.
Decent damage coming out from Miscreant. They almost get 3 kills there, with Platinum surviving on 1 HP. Platinum is Chaos Theory, by the way. But the full investment coming out of Miscreant now. Full utility this time around. But nothing lacking on the Cloud9 Summer 2015 boys, who I think have looked well in control of this match so far. But we'll see how they manage Blowberries, Mundies, before he takes too much damage.
Once again, Cloud9 and Summer 15 just knowing that those nades are going to come, only committing that one player, not even as far as he could have gone in that situation, and just waiting for the util to disappear so they can have a chance at taking the control. That will leave only InStyle on B site. I don't think they really even thought that there would be much of a contest for B there. Kurgan looks like he might be going for the pig mid, but no, he will be going to the boiler position. Manages to catch Wiz off guard, but Platinum is there to trade as well. So that's decent spacing from Cloud9 Summer 15 as well. They're able to put themselves in a position where they get caught off guard. They do manage to get their teammate to trade out the frag. So that's some really strong positioning from them already. That Molly did go too deep. Platinum just deciding to go through the end of it. Manages to take down 148 kilogram Kid as he runs into the arch position. Script does manage to spot out Remy in arch. Remy will just fall off, but it looks like he might actually be met by Demigod. He does, in fact, InStyle with a really nice shot on Platinum, taking down Biscuit as well. Blurberries 1 on 3, trying to get the plant down, does manage to get it. Finally gets InStyle. Really rough from him. There was a lot of pressure being put on him from the players in Banana as well. 1v2 for him now. Does manage to get Script. Demigod gets off the bomb. He might even have had it if he just stuck it. But he does manage to win the round nonetheless. That'll be the first round for Miscreant, actually.
Yeah, good round from InStyle there to get those 2 kills on the side, and then also get far enough away so that he doesn't get traded instantly, which basically forced Blurberries to plant while he was hiding, because he obviously didn't have time to chase him down. So, well played by InStyle there, and good play in the 2v1 situation there for Miscreant. Unfortunate for Blueberries, but that is a lot of utility damage. BizKid burned to death by Demigod. Blueberries also copped a nade, but looks like Miscreant, now with the utility out on the page, know what they're doing.
They're putting that one player extra on B at the beginning of a round, just napalm down mid, tactical nuke, whatever it is, just throwing all that down into Banana. Remy with a really bold P on to Kurgan. Unfortunately, doesn't get the frag there. That'll put Cloud9 in a really, really rough spot. Only 3 players, one of them on half HP as well, take any position. Just throwing some nades B. We'll have Demigod and InStyle rushing towards B. But the bomb is still in T-ramp. Surely Miscreant are thinking there's no one pushing out on B yet. Maybe it's a fake A. Script is throwing the smoke into apps. And InStyle is actually shifting his way back. But the flash has come out. That keeps him on the site. Platinum's just going to run onto site. That's rough. That left him so open to the planter. But InStyle just threw the smoke, spraying as he runs backwards. Blurberry's getting shot through that smoke. Wiz now in a 1v3. He's only on 8 HPs. Once again, really low. Oh, that's 2 for him. Wow. That came closer than it had any right to be. 3v1. 2 of them get taken down. They're not even looking the right direction. That's rough.
That was so bullshit from InStyles, dude. He's just spraying while running backwards and manages to dink 2 players. He dinks and kills 1, and then as he's falling back further spraying, he manages to dink a second. Decent retake by the Miscreant guys there. I think there was a fair bit of luck through that smoke, but I mean, look, we'll just say all skill from InStyle, who picks himself up a UMP, but they're going to be taking some fast upper B control here with that flash, but Cloud9 rushing towards that arch side.
Kurgan felt like he was under pressure there, drops the molly at his feet. Blurberry's just has Kurgan completely in his lap. Remy with a really nice shot onto Demigod. Picks up a free M4 as well. Fire sales for the T's. Fat Kid managed to take down Remy. But Biscuit does manage to take him down in return. So, off of a fairly shonky buy, they've managed to do a whole lot of work. Just from that wrap. Script, now in a 1v2, does manage to take down Wiz. Moving it from a 1v3 to a 1v2, but he is shifting back. He might just want to save that. Money is in the bin. What's going on here? So they do have 2 wins in a row. They might be able to force buy into the next round, saving this 1 gun, but I don't think it'll be enough to give them really enough.
They won't have any money buying going to the next round, so it's a good save by Script. Even though they won 2 in a row, both of them came down to only, I think, 1 or maybe 2 players surviving. Which is obviously the big win for when Wiz got the 2 kills at the back end of that last round. That despite they lost the round, they managed to take 2 more guns away, which, you know, obviously have led to this economic disaster. I mean, Demigod and InStyle are gonna have to force into this because they're on a double eco. Fat Kid should be alright next round, and same with Kurgan, but it seems like they're just going to be going with a full eco, which, I mean, he's going to put InStyle and Demigod on most likely an SMG going into the next round. Unless
questionable economic decisions coming out from Miscreant.
Obviously match pause at the moment though, so they might be discussing whether or not they're going to buy. But I mean, in this situation, Demigod and InStyle should be forcing, considering the next round they're not going to have enough money to put together a rifle buy. But, you know, we've seen crazier things. They might keep the USPs take down 2 people, pick up their guns, and win the round. Good round by the Cloud9 Summer 2015 guys, though. They used the fact that they had very little in terms of firepower and just rushed straight up mid. And the strange thing was Miscreant had literally no one playing outside. So that flash came over, and poor Kurgan was just completely white line standing towards that triple box. But no buy is coming in from the Miscreant guys outside of Script, who has also dropped himself down to 1600, which means...
Fat kid has a Zeus.
I'm a little bit confused about this economic buy because I don't know if they expect to buy next round. Either way, I guess we'll see. Maybe they're going for the double eco anyway and just want to get as much money as possible so that once they've double ecoed, they will have plenty of money to get utility. Either way, Cloud9 Summer 2015 stacked up towards this A site. Smoke's coming in. I expect a pretty tidy cleanup here for the T side. Unless Fat Kid. Oh no!
Oh no! I was really hoping to see that Zeus. That's unfortunate. Script is still alive. He has the M4. But he's in a pretty rough spot. Surely what they're hoping to do with this round is keep the M4 going into the next as well, but he will... He's starting to get surrounded. He gets tagged up. Manages to inch himself out into CT spawn just as we have Remy coming around the corner. But Remy will be hunting just ever so slowly. Blueberries as well, just trying to find where this M4 is.
I don't think they're going to find him in time unless Remy just sprints through and checks the sandbags.
No, he's already hesitated. I don't think he'll find him.
No. Yeah, they're not going to get him. Decent save from Script there, but as I mentioned before, the economy not great. But it looks like they're going to do a pistol buy up into this. I would expect Demigod to also pick up some body armor. I mean, the loss bonus is going to come in and they're going to be able to buy 4 nades and... Nope, okay, never mind. Kurgan, Fat Kid, and Demigod all could have bought some body armor there and still come into the next round with plenty for utility and rifles, but they've decided against that. 3-man stack, top banana, none of their nades made any sort of contact with Cloud9 Summer 15, who have managed to read that utility quite well so far. They haven't done this sitting on T stairs every single round, but the round that they have has been when all the utilities has come flying down.
Absolutely right. They know exactly the way that the CTs will be playing this this utility metagame, and they want no part in it. They just want to make sure that they're steering clear, having 100 HP coming into pretty much every first engagement as much as they can. Just trying to avoid those really delicate situations where they've seen several rounds in a row where they've had players on lower than 10 HP try and clutch rounds. Platinum getting tagged down really heavily. 26 HP.
Unfortunately for Miscreant, the up 4. Oh, good entry from Biscuit.
Biscuit takes down Fat Kid.
The stack by Miscreant, unfortunately, didn't pay off, but they should get an 8k out of this if one of them wants to go and grab it, and it seems like Script is going over there. Why did Script go here?
He had an M4 already. I'm not sure. What, maybe he's going to juggle the guns? He's going to juggle.
Juggle the guns. What a teammate.
If they save these guns into the next round, then it's going to bolster their economy even more. That's 2, so only 3 of the players really have to buy. And if InStyle doesn't take any damage at all, then he's basically got, what, $350 for armor, for helmet as well. That's if he wants to pick it up. It's probably worthwhile doing, considering that Blueberries has the M4 and so does Biscuit. If they don't change up what their setup is right now, it's probably worthwhile doing that. And I'm sure Miscreant actually do know that those players are using the M4s.
It seems like InStyle, Kurgan, and Demigod are going to go without the head armor. Kurgan obviously has the money for it, but both InStyle and Demigod do not. So that definitely brings the M4s into play here, considering that one tap potential, but utility. Ooh, Remy! Fat Kid.
Nice shot.
Take it down immediately.
So even though they knew that the CTs would be playing that the heavy nades, they managed to just push up and get that first frag. So that's well played from them. Also really lucky for them to escape with only 25 damage taken down from Remy. So that is what we would call a win situation. Not so much a win-win, but a win for Cloud9. Inches at a time. It's all they'll need to do to win this match. They are 5 rounds ahead of Miscreant. Math is hard. Kurgan knows exactly what's going on. The jig is up. Players are out in brackets, but Molly will force them back to just wait in brackets. Looks like they're looking for that Wiz with another missed nade. But Remy, where's this position coming from? I didn't see that boost. That's really nice. Unfortunately, doesn't pan out for them. Nice initiation, though. I like it a lot. Kurgan with a free 2 spray down. They pretty much line up for him, so that'll put Cloud9 Summer 15 in a really rough spot coming into this round, but they will just run towards the B side. No one's on it currently, and the Miscreant don't even have the read. InStyle is actually going towards A. Smoke comes down. That will signal for him to rotate, but he shouldn't do it too quickly because he does have Kurgan on the long flank coming up Banana.
Oh, and there's that head armor.
That's unfortunate. Biscuit takes down Kurgan as well. They only had... Both those players came down to 1v1s, and they both won. One of them because of that head armor. I'm not sure about InStyle.
Kurgan only had 60 HP, so he was going to die to a headshot regardless. But InStyle, no head armor there, gets instantly one-tapped by the M4, which is definitely unfortunate. And, you know, you can't really blame him for not buying head armor. You're not to expect, you know, that you're going to run into an M4 on that T side, but... Well played by the Cloud9 Summer guys. A bit of a misplay on the Miscreant side there to rotate someone off and then not retake together. But either way, some good shots hit by the Cloud9 Summer 15 guys. Looks to be a B stack coming in from Miscreant with only one player playing on that arch side on the A side. Kurgan, obviously being one of the more impactful players for Miscreant so far. Will have his hands full. Any second now.
Do you think it's Cloud 2019 yet?
What?
Never mind.
Are you making a pun because Cloud 19?
Yeah, Cloud 19.
No, I don't think it's going to be Cloud 2019.
No, I mean maybe if Flush toggles a bit, hey.
Yeah, I mean he was massive in the major, but either way, Kurgan about to get his bell rung. Yep, there it is.
What? Wiz is just jumping around. 90-degree flick one-shot him.
What is
just
this?
One tap. This is ridiculous.
What is this game?
All of these moving headshots are giving me a migraine.
Why don't my bullets have like heat-seeking? Oh fuck! I like take a single step while shooting, and my bullet goes like to my right.
When I take a single step, my bullet goes straight into my head.
Whoa, okay, calm down. 3 stacking up the top of mid here. These guys gonna
Let's see you hit another one of those crazy shots, Wiz. Flick. Demigod takes him down.
Oh.
And Biscuit falls to the bomb. So only 2 players surviving from Cloud9 Summer 15.
I don't think Cloud9 Summer 2015 are going to be too concerned, considering Blowberry started off this round with 16k. BizKit was around 12k. The only one struggling with money at the moment is Platinum, but I mean, he's obviously got and Wiz to a certain degree, but he's got teammates that can drop him for days. Meanwhile, Miscreant, money not looking amazing, but Demigod,
Not a
Molly's
decent buy coming into this round anyway. That Molly just he was Noah parting the Red Sea. The molly just went both sides of him. Noah. What am I talking about? That's the wrong Bible story. Jesus.
Moses part of the Red Sea, mate, not Noah. What are you talking about?
Hey man, I didn't go to a
Kurgan?
Catholic.
Blurberries. Easy take on that, although he is down to 34 HP. Cloud9 very confident here. They left the bomb all the way back. Just outside T-spawn.
The molly will go into pit as well as the nade, but Script is holding the off angle. Will they read it? Blowberries looked like he was looking the correct direction, but unfortunately gets taken down. Wiz with a shot through smoke from what I can see. Don't think he saw too much of him. 3 versus 4, Cloud9, Summer 15 with a huge advantage coming into this round. Although, as I say that, Wiz gets tapped down by InStyle, so that will even it up, 3v3. Once again, Miscreant just
left the B site.
Yeah, there's... And it looks like Demigod will actually getting into that composition a bit early. It does work out for him this round. If it had gone the other way, that's really going to lock Miscreant out of this round.
That'd be an instant save for the Miscreant boys if Demigod goes down in that situation. But it's a 3v2. Miscreant really need to convert this round.
They've seen Platinum, but he does manage to get Script. It's now a 1v2.
Hobbit!
That's exactly what I'm thinking. He does manage it, and it looked exactly the same. That's insane. Biscuit taking down 2. What a clutch.
The first pick for Biscuit there was sharp as anything. The next one was a little bit rough, but I mean we can't expect him to perfectly replicate Hobbit. But all the same, Cloud9 Summer 2015 clawing back from that 3v2 situation. A little bit unfortunate for Miscreant. They were in a decent position to win that round. Ooh. Remy gets the leg on Script. He's going to be seething over that. A little bit of grenade damage coming out, but here comes the aggression.
Demigod managing to take down Blowberries, but Biscuit just spamming through the smoke manages to take down Fat Kid. I'm just going to call him Fat Kid. Hope that's alright.
He's going to be so upset.
I mean,
you've just
what's the difference? Like 148 kilogram?
Yeah, I guess. Either way, a 4v4 situation here. Cloud9 2015 haven't really aggressed to any sort of site just yet, but they have got a fair bit of mid control. I assume they're going to be taking that top mid control now. But look at the Miscreant boys. They've already rotated third over. The fourth
once again, a really weak hold on B. One smoke will lock him out.
Exactly right. We'll have to see if he is going to hold that site off the back of this mid control. But yeah, they're going to head back to A.
Demigod gets taken down by Platinum. The fight is starting towards Moto. But 2 players will be coming into CT, and Kurgan and InStyle could actually do a lot of damage here. The read comes out, but not quick enough. Kurgan managing to take down Platinum as well. So that'll be still advantageous for Cloud9 Summer 15. They do have 3v2 Script, still on 7 HP from that initial damage into the round. And it looks like it will be a save call. Just not enough HP to do any effective work coming into those choke points coming to B. So save, probably the smartest decision coming from them. And when I say Fat Kid, you know what's going to happen? He's going to just be some huge buff dude, completely built, 148 kilograms of muscle. That's all it's going to be.
That's definitely your luck. And I mean, look, I 100% agree with you there. I was a little bit worried when they were running towards that B site because I thought surely you're not going for this. You've got down the man advantage. You're both really lacking HP. I mean, Script has been on 7 HP since the opening seconds of the round from that AWP. But good to see that they decided to save off the back of that. They've managed to bring an AK into this round, which will definitely bolster rolling into this round because they need to win these last 2 rounds. They need to finish on 4-11, which is definitely like, I mean, this is a really strong T side coming in from the Cloud9 boys. And unfortunately, I think Miscreant is really going to struggle if they can't get a few more rounds on this CZ side. But they've got ooh, in style.
He will be the first one to cop a bit of damage. That's through a molly as well. And he does have that MP9, but will be a little bit more effective on a map like Inferno where it's pretty close quarters. He could do a lot of work with it. I'm not going to count it out just yet, just because it's an SMG. But having 58 HP at the beginning of a round is going to be pretty rough. Normally the utility damage goes the opposite way, but this round, Cloud9, Summer 15 are really turning the matter on its head.
Yeah.
Time.
I was looking at the utility damage as Wiz and Bergen.
Script with 2 and not 3, but that's in style. Doing a lot of damage with that MP9, just as I said. Blowberry's unfortunate enough to be on the other side of that mean machine. Remy, last one alive with an AWP. Does need to find something pretty quick here. Does have players on both sides of him. And in style and script will be looking to go around, but it looks like they're just going to play ring around the rosy. Molly will indicate where he is. Script getting taken down by the AWP, but I don't think he's going to think of these 2 players coming out of apps here. Fat Kid is going to have a pretty easy time when it comes to this. But in style just swings on him.
He couldn't get that AWP ready for the in style peak. That was a strong hold from Miscreant. That's probably the strongest they've looked in terms of their holds. Obviously, the 2 kills coming out from script there, quite a good start. I think one thing that I was just touching on before that round went to absolute crazy. 174 utility round damage coming off from Remy. Meanwhile, in style and Fat Kid over that 100 mark. But this is a really fast play from the Cloud9 Summer boys. With trades coming in.
Dude, Axe is doing a lot of work.
Axe with the 3k spray down. He's got to be happy with that. He's basically secured that 4th round for the Miscreant boys, which was exactly what I said they needed to do. They needed to win out, and unless Blurberries comes out absolutely huge with the 1v4, I'm expecting this half to end 11-4. Walking into that top mid position. We'll just view Blurberries.
Blowberries does manage to take down Axe as he's just searching for that player. I'm not expecting Script to be in that position. Does manage to take him down. That'll be the 4th round for Miscreant.
And that's exactly what they needed to do. They needed to get that 4th round. I mean, obviously the half didn't go the way they wanted it to. But obviously getting that 4-11 is going to be good going into that the second half. Obviously, CT side generally the more favoured side between the 2. But you never know. They could be a lot stronger than T side than they are on the CT side, because definitely CT side can be quite hard if the Ts know what they're doing. And definitely if they've got that speed behind them, they're able to get the same thing. Oh my god. I had to hit the retry because the goddamn...
I think it does it automatically because I don't even have my keyboard.
Yeah, I didn't do it either. I just got the thing and we just missed Blowberries just get 3-1 taps in second mid.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks so much.
Jesus Christ. Feels bad. Sorry, Blueberries. You'll have to go back to the demo for that. Oh no.
Just send Valve a quick DM. Tell them that they suck. Fucking.
Either way.
How is this still in the game?
I don't know. And like, you know, it only ever seems to happen on CG servers. Like, we get these really crappy, jittery GoTV things on CG servers only, and we get the
Platinum manages to take down Demigod. 1v5 for him, and Remy just comes around and clotheslines him.
I mean, we obviously missed the fast 3k from Blueberries at the start of that round there, but I mean, it sounded quick with the headshot sounds coming through. So that was a really easy round for the Cloud9 Summer 2015 guys. Obviously, Miscreant hoping to get some second mid control, but completely taken off guard by Blueberries, the absolute sharpie, who he's decided to pick up an AWP. Everyone else with the UMP or UMP, whereas full Glocks coming out from the Miscreant boys, expecting to get.
So Blueberry's just he's gonna play an anchor role. He's gonna make sure that if they do get past some of these UMPs, then he just has a line of sight, able to just spray them down. He does manage to get 2.5, but not all of them. Does get taken down. Hopefully the call is to pick up that AUG, but unfortunately no. If I were Blueberries, I would have been screaming to my team, pick up my AUG, pick up my AUG.
You know what I do? You know what I do if you were screaming at me to pick up your AUG?
You wouldn't pick it up, would you?
I'd be picking it up and throwing it over the wall.
You're a monster.
Either way, Blueberries buys himself another AUG, and then over on the Miscreant side, they have now got a full buy. They've now got the utility to take that upper banana control, but the Cloud9 Summer 2015 guys are having nothing.
That really sucks because Blueberries, if someone picked up his AUG, he could have had a better buy. Script just getting Remy from behind. Biscuit there to trade as well, but Kurgan is there, so that's a triple trade. Double trade, excuse me. 3v3 now. Yeah, 3v3, so it's not too bad. Either team really could take this. Considering that the UMPs, I think we do have one on B side and one on A side.
That flashed no one, Wiz. Even if someone was there, it wouldn't have flashed anyone.
No, I think he's just fumbled it a bit. Which is alright with me. Does happen sometimes.
What do you mean? You don't use utility?
Yeah, I'm an AWPer, man. I'm an AWPer. I don't need utility. I just shoot him in the head. Not even that.
Looks
I
like
shoot next to them, alright? And then I die.
Oh boy, looks like it's going to be an end game on B, which Cloud9 Summer 2015 have chosen the right side to put 2 players on. Nades coming in.
Both of them are going to get smoked off as well, so...
Look at the smoke though.
Oh, that could have been huge. Unfortunately, they really don't have the guns to do that sort of damage through the smoke. But Blueberries is looking to make the impact here. Gonna go through the smoke. No one's really looking at him except for Axe, who does manage to find him. Chaos Theory, Platinum, does manage to find another one, but the rest of the frags will go the way of Miscreant.
Really strong bait and switch by Miscreant there at the back of the site there. The Dark player didn't peek until he needed to peek. The Quad player took all of the attention. Very well played by the Miscreant boys there. Although that was only up against 4 UMPs and a single AUG. Now the Cloud9 Summer 2015 boys have 2 AUGs. A Deagle out on Blueberries and that AWP coming out from Remy, which we know can do some serious damage. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go. Blueberries really aggressive up in this apps area, just watching towards the staircase.
See, that's big. They want to take as much control as they can, but it looks like he will actually get taken down off guard in that position. Unfortunately, he had the right idea, maybe a little bit too aggressive. Kurgan was aware that that was a possibility. So that will put them on a 4v5, but only a Deagle falling. So weapon advantage, not too different from what it was before. Obviously, those Deagles for the one taps can really turn around quite quickly.
Not
little bit of.
Not exactly sure what that smoke was meant to land.
I think it was meant to fall out onto the hay cart. So a bit of a missed smoke there.
Either way, their script is rotating all the way back towards B, and Cloud9 having one person rotate back across. But this hit is going to come in hard and fast.
Smoke is going to smoke off Wiz, but he does manage to find Kurgan as he's completely white blind. The spray through the smoke. Platinum gets 2. This is falling apart.
Wants 2 as well.
Script is going to plant. Not enough, but that's actually good for Miscreant. They get the bomb down at the very least. I mean, it's not... when I say good, at least they get something out of it, right? It's consolation.
I mean, I'd be pretty upset as Miscreant. The only kill that wasn't done off the back of utility was that last kill there where he was planting the bomb. The first one, Wiz got a kill while the guy was white blind. The next 2, Platinum got completely through smoke. The 4th kill came off the back of BizKit, spraying another person through smoke. Oh, that's gotta suck. Broken buy coming out from Miscreant at this stage. Meanwhile, aggression coming out from Cloud9 boys. Wiz takes down Demigod early. He was going to burn to death regardless.
Demigod just put in a position where he feels like a rat in a cage. Not much he can do, despite his rage.
Getting turned into an absolute shish kebab.
4v5 now for Miscreant. The pressure must be mounting now. Only 2 rounds for Cloud9 Summer 15 to win, and Wiz will find the first one and the second as they come out onto a... Not much they should be able to do from this. It would be a miracle if they do. Script finding 1. Almost finds 2. Kurgan will actually get the frag onto him. So now we do have 2 players up at Arch and 1 coming down from mid as well. Rotate's coming in pretty quickly.
I don't know what that smoke is for.
I'm a bit confused by it too.
He's just...
Kurgan actually finds Wiz over the smoke, so this is pretty doable for Miscreant. Remy spotted Kurgan out. Platinum there as well to assist. Player in pit. An app, sorry, could do a lot of damage. Platinum just ready for it. Remy managed to 6 and 7 HP. There's literally nothing left of them, and they still win the round.
Oh, Miscreant really needed that round as well, considering their money is now in the absolute bin. They managed to get a second AK out, or a third AK out off the back of the one that was saved, with obviously the 2 Deagles coming out on Install and Demigod. So Cloud9 Summer 2015 looking to take this, and there was a bit of server lag there, so that might be it. Remy. Oh, through the smoke. Remy, please.
Oh no, that's just salt in the wound. This is do or die for Miscreant, and if your round's starting off like that, it's really not going to give them all that much hope.
Exactly right.
It might even do too much. It might be too much of a mountain to climb for this round, even though it's not too different from rounds they've won in the past. It's still going to be a mental challenge for them, knowing that all it takes is for one more round for them to lose and it's over.
Looks like they're putting a fair bit of presence towards that B side, but they've got the 2, 1 top mid, 1 up in that apps area. Utility usage, but Cloud9 Summer 2015 are not going to budge.
Demigod just trying to find anything through smokes at this point to try and even it up. Kurgan with the smoke to deny the vision of Biscuit, who won't even be looking at the mid angle, giving them brackets control for free. Blowberries taking script as he pushes out. Kurgan onto Remy, but Blowberries gets another 2. That's 3 for him. He's going to shut down the round almost by himself. The only exception being Remy. So Demigod now in a 1v4, a mountain to climb. and not much to do with it. A Deagle, Armor, and a Smoke, and Blowbreeze will get the fourth. That is 16-5. Pretty convincing win from Cloud9 2015. Really living up to their name, doing a lot of work, and showing their prowess.
Yeah, exactly right. Cloud9 Summer 2015 boys, too good in the end there. Thanks, yeah. Thanks for that, boys. Good game to cast by all on both accounts. Thanks for coming back in here to thank us for it. Appreciate it. Good game by all there. I think Cloud9 Summer 2015 boys just had too much to give on that CT side, which basically put Miscreant in a far too difficult position to kind of get back into that game. Obviously on the least favoured side being T side to finish out that game, and they were just getting completely suffocated by, I keep thinking how long it is, the C9 Summer 2015 guys, who were just too strong on that CT side. They never really, apart from that one round which they lost there, which was off the back of the really good crossfire in the back of the site by Miscreant, there was just unfortunately not much else that they could get done.
Look, even on their T side, they were just reading the way that Miscreant were playing. They knew how the utility was going to go down. They were just avoiding all that, trying to make sure that 5 players going into any execute or any plays that they were going to make, and it made such a huge difference. They had so much opportunity when it came to it, and not only that, but when it came to that B hold for Miscreant on the CT side, some rounds it was just questionable for them to really have that player rotate off so early when they didn't even have any real confirmation of where the T's were going to be playing. It's not always that you have 5 players stack up and execute onto a site. Defaults are a thing, and it seems like Miscreant are just not really seeing that. Maybe they are, maybe they just, in the heat of the moment, they're not really realizing what's happening in the server. But just the really kind of weak holds that they had on B and the really strong reads that Cloud9 Summer 15 have on the metagame, especially on Inferno at the moment, they're just managing to they're going to preserve their players, make sure that they have everything that they need to take into those fights. So really, the control wasn't so much of a factor this round because I feel like Miscreant on their CT side gave so much to Cloud9 2015, and when they were trying to take it, Cloud9 2015 were just really they were reading the plays, they were taking control of other places of the map, they were making sure that everything that it took was almost risk-free, making sure that those nades weren't hitting them, making sure that there was really no way for Miscreant to peek them. So there were really good reads coming out from them, making sure that there was really no initial picks coming from Miscreant. And I feel like Miscreant were getting a little bit scared on their own CT side. So at the end of that half as well. So well played from Summer 15. Unfortunate for Miscreant there. A lot of promise showing from Script and Co, but just not enough to close it out at this stage.
Yeah, exactly right. I think nailed it on the head with that one. Appreciate everyone coming out this evening. For those that managed to sit through both of our casts, sorry again for the little bit of lag we had on the server side there. I don't know what it is with CG servers, but they just always want to lag and skip about, whereas, you know, anything with ESCA or Facebook we haven't really had an issue with. But thanks for sitting through that particular one. What's your favorite biz kit? Gotta say Monty or a Monte Carlo. I love me a Monte Carlo at work.
I've got to say, you're both wrong. It's Anzac.
Oh, Anzac biscuits, actually, yeah. They are definitely underrated.
What do you mean underrated? They are the best. You can't rate them any like. You either rate them or you're wrong.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. we'll run with that. Anyway, thanks for coming out, guys. We will catch you next time.
Good game, everyone.